And with that, I would like to invite, without further ado, I'd like to invite the next speaker. The next speaker, we have Faisal Hourani, the founder of WebMedic. He'll be sharing about why 98% of your website visitors don't buy from you. It's a very, very funny question. So what do we do about it is what we're going to be listening from Faisal. Hi, Faisal.
Hi, Tia. Good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you again. How are you?
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you haven't gone
Like,
to the barber shop, huh?
yeah, so long already.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us at Marketing in the New Normal. Very glad to have you on board. And you have about 45 minutes. The last 15 minutes is for the Q&A. And I think
Sure.
anytime when you're ready, you can take it away.
All right. Thank you, Tia.
Thank you.
I'm going to go to the slides now. Good morning, everyone. Thank you
Yeah,
for
we can see
joining
it.
us. So my name is Faisal. I'm the founder of WebMedic. And we use data to improve your website. So based on data, I can tell you that majority of your website visitors are leaving you. And what can you do about it? So today, right, it's very easy to start selling online because you have tools like Shopify, Easy Store, and you can start selling online very fast. And because it's so easy, you have a problem with overpopulation. That means there's so much noise going on, so many other stores on social media, YouTube videos, and it makes it more difficult for you to stand out. To make things worse, big players like Lazada, Zalora, Shopee, they spend millions of dollars on advertising, making it even more difficult for you to stand out as an SME. So on the other side, consumers like us, we are spoiled by choice nowadays. We can, because of so much competition, it's very good for us consumers, not so good for their businesses. We have high expectations, we shop from all over the world, and we expect your store, your service, your product to be of same or better quality. And we have unique needs, we want different colors, different shapes, different sizes, and if you don't offer it, we'll find someone else who does. So with all of this in mind, we can see that SMEs, companies like you and me, face unique challenges nowadays. What are they again? Too much competition, consumers are spoiled by choice, high expectations, and unique needs. So the question is, how can SMEs win online without huge budgets? How can you win without so much resources and grow your business online? And the answer to that is in the problem. Because the problem I've found is most online businesses only measure the bottom line, how much money they're making end of the month, end of the year. And why is that a problem? It's because to make money online, right, they have so much other variables and metrics you have to measure. And if you're not measuring these different variables and improving them, it's difficult for you to grow your online business. But as you might feel, it seems very complicated, right? There's so much things to measure, so many things to do. Where do you even start? So that's why I'm here today, to make things simple for you. And we have a formula. So this formula has 3 metrics only. And if you improve on these 3 metrics alone, guaranteed you can grow your online business. What are the 3 metrics? Number 1 is visitors. So how many people go on your website, of course. Multiplied by conversion rate, which is out of 100 people, how many become customers. And multiplied by customer lifetime value. That's how much they spend with you through their lifetime with your business. That's your revenue, okay? So this is the formula. And the thing is, how can we see the power of this, of improving conversion? Why is it so powerful? How can it benefit your online business? Very simply, if we look at this business in red, they have 30,000 visitors at 1% conversion rate who spend 500 ringgits on average as a lifetime value with this business. So they make 150K. Now, if you look at the other business in green, they only do small improvements from 1 to 1.8%, from 500 to 600 ringgits lifetime value, and they make double the money with the same number of visitors. But this alone is very powerful, right? Because you could improve your sales, double them almost, just by improving 2 metrics. But you could take it one step further, and that's if you invest back in advertising, and now you could even multiply your revenue at the end of the month, end of the year. So that is the power of improving conversion rate and lifetime value. So we know the power of it, we know the formula. Now the question is, how can we improve these three metrics? What can we do to improve visitors, conversion rate, and lifetime value to grow your online business? And that's what we're going to talk about one by one. So visitors, they're not just numbers, you know. People on your website, it's not just like I have this many visitors on my website. The visitors are people, and these people have their own objections, they have their own questions, they have their own wants and needs. And if you don't cater to that, then they're going to leave you and go find someone else, because it's very easy nowadays to find another website. So if you look at your visitors at just highlight numbers, right? It's not going to help you. Why it's not going to help you? Because it doesn't tell you who they are. You know, you don't know what they like and what they don't like. You don't know how can you help them. So how can you do that? Well, the first thing is customers have objections. And the only way to find out someone's objections is by asking them. You know, you cannot guess this stuff. So how can you ask your online visitors what are their objections about your online business? One way is to have a survey, a poll. And there's a free service, hotjar.com. It's linked in the slide. And what you do is you show a survey pop-up to your visitors, like Colgate here. And they're asking people, hey guys, you know, if you didn't make a purchase today, what stopped you? And people will tell you, people will tell you like, for example, I find it too expensive, or actually I'm just looking around. And after a while of doing this, you could find so much information in these answers. You could learn, for example, that people don't understand your product. So this product page might need some adjustments. You have to add a video, more descriptions, or they could find that it's too expensive. Maybe the shipping is too expensive, so you could bundle it together. So the only way to find out what's stopping people from buying from you is to ask them using this free survey tool. Another thing that visitors have is questions. And I don't want to go to the contact form, write you a message, wait for 24 hours for a reply. That's not going to happen, right? I'm just going to open a new tab, go to Google, and find something else. So that's why I want answers now. And the way to do that is to offer live chat. Again, there's a free service called drift.com. So you install it on your website and you can answer people's inquiries on the spot because they want to have their questions answered immediately. So that covers the visitors part of the formula. Now we can improve the visitor experience, which will improve our revenue. Another important metric here is the conversion rate. And conversion rate, because it's, so people go on your website, 100 visitors go on your website, and one becomes a customer. So 1 out of 100, every step of the way, they're leaking. So the goal is to find where are they leaking. And this is how you can visualize it, right, with a funnel. And you have 100 visitors, 40 of them become shoppers. And that means they go on the product page. They are shopping around. 10 of them add to cart. And only 5 will check out. But it's interesting that even though 5 check out, that means they put their billing details, shipping details, and only have to press pay. Even then, they drop off. And every drop off has a name. You have your bounce rate, no cart addition, cart abandonment, checkout abandonment. So it's important to find where are your visitors leaking the most and fix this leak in your funnel. And I'm going to show you now how. So we have 4 key areas to look for leaks on an online store. And this is, the first one is channels. And that means you have your Facebook channel, Instagram channel, LinkedIn channel, email marketing. You have all these things that bring you visitors. And these channels, some of them might be performing better than others and some less. So you have to find out what's the best performing and where to focus your energy on. And I'm going to show you how. The second one is landing pages. And that's the first page your visitor lands on when they come from any marketing campaign or any channel. And that page needs to have specific elements for you to improve your sales or conversion rates in this case. And third is the product pages. And that means when I go on your product page, what do I need to see? How can you help me improve my experience so I can buy from you more? And lastly is the checkout experience, which we're going to go over in a bit. So channels, right? On Google, if you go to this this label, acquisition all traffic channels, then you can see that your channels, people coming on your website from where, and how is the performance there. So some channels might have a huge percentage of traffic, but actually this traffic is not converting to customers. That doesn't mean you want to invest in this. You want to invest in the one that has the most customers. So it could be that you find that you have display advertising on Google and Facebook advertising, social media. But your display ads are bringing you visitors, but they're not buying from you. So maybe you want to put that money into social media instead, because social media, they're buying from you. And that's how you could improve your conversion rate and reduce your costs at the same time. Landing pages. So that's the first page I will arrive on from any of your marketing channels. And there are key elements you must have on a landing page in order for people to convert or go to the next step. And on top, you have a primary headline, which has to explain to me, what is this? Because, okay, if you imagine this way, this is the sale. People have to come here to buy from you, but this is where they are. And between here and here is like a knowledge gap. You know, you're the one who you made the page, you know what the product does, but the visitor has no idea what's going on. So you have to take them slowly to buy from you. So these are the ways to do that, which is explain to him in a headline, what do you do? And you might have a lead capture form that will capture his interest in case he doesn't want to buy right now. I'll give you my email address first, and you can explain to me why I should buy. This works especially in high-value products. And then you have your call to action button. And here you can see the call to action button is a different color, a blue. It stands out from the page. And that's exactly how your call to action button, which is the add to cart or view product or submit form, needs to be a different color. And it may sound like it's just a color, right? But believe it or not, it makes a huge difference how many people click on it based on the color. So you want to have a very obvious color compared to the page. And you want to have the trust indicators, which is right under the call to action button in this example. These are like your money back guarantee, your quality guarantee, things, because again, I'm far away from buying from you. I don't trust you yet even. So, money back guarantee, we have a 24/7 customer support. That's how I can trust you more. And lastly, you want to have the key benefits to make me understand better how can I use your product or service in a better way. So then we move on to product pages. And here what you're looking at is a product page with an overlay of a heat map on it. Now this heat map is by a free tool called hotjar.com. You can sign up, put it on your website, and after a while you can see the data. And in this example, this is called a scroll map, which is how far people scroll down the page. And what you'll notice is almost every time is you have very important parts of the page at the bottom, but almost nobody goes there. So maybe you want to move that up. And maybe there are some areas that don't matter, like you thought it's very important, but people are not noticing them. Maybe you want to remove them. But the only way to know how to improve these pages is based on heat maps, which tells you how people are behaving on these pages. And then we have the checkout. And this checkout funnel you can find on your Google Analytics. If you go to conversion, e-commerce, shopping behavior, and then you see some data. And it may seem overwhelming right now, but you want to focus on the bottom section, which says no shopping activity, no cart addition, cart abandonment, checkout abandonment, because these numbers are the drop-off rates. This is where they're leaking. And you can see there's a huge drop-off rate of 94% on checkout abandonment. So that's crazy to learn that 94% of people who are on the checkout page, right? They're gonna buy from you, almost confirm, leave. 94%, that's huge. So that's where you wanna maybe focus your energy. How can I improve my checkout abandonment rate? And how you could do that, I'm gonna share with you two things that can help you. One of them is abandoned cart recovery. And again, it may sound, obvious. Why would someone leave something in their cart and buy it again because you remind them? But believe it or not, it works, and people will forget stuff in their cart, and people will read your email, and people will come back and buy from you if you use abandoned cart recovery. And that depends on which shopping cart you use, Shopify, WooCommerce, Easy Store. They all have different plugins for it. You want to find one that's suitable for your online store. And so once you do that, you could improve your sales, but people will come back and buy from you. The other thing is abandoned cart recovery via remarketing. And basically what happens here is people go on your website, and as you can see, they leave. Drop off, 94% are leaving the checkout page. So what you do is you will remarket to them, retarget them using Facebook, Instagram, or Google, using a remarketing technique. You can Google it after this, and it's very simple to set up. Once you have it, you can launch advertisements that will target specifically the people that went to checkout page but didn't buy. And you could keep reminding them about the product that you are selling and why they should buy it, and people will come back and they will buy from you again. So we've covered visitors, we've covered conversion rate, and now we're talking about customer lifetime value. Okay, customer lifetime value is important because retention is better than acquisition. Acquisition is getting a new customer, and as much as good as this sounds to get more new customers, there's only so much new customers you can get, and you don't want to have a business that relies on new customers only, because you cannot sustain. The way to build a business is to build a business that people keep buying from you and refer their friends, and that's retention. And that is a very important metric that most businesses, I believe, are not working on. So when you say lifetime, what's lifetime, right? It can't, like, you cannot wait forever, right? So what is lifetime value? And a way to visualize it is with this simple formula. And it's basically how much they spend with you on average, how often they buy from you per year, and how many years are you expected to be serving them. And that's based on what you offer, right? Because some businesses can offer things that can last many years. I can keep buying from you, essentials, for example, and some things I'll only buy from you once every 10 years, because I'm not going to need this so much. That depends on your business, but we'll talk about it now. How can you improve it? And let's say you're a business that sells stuff for babies, right? So your customer lifetime value naturally is when the baby is born until they become a child, because then you're no longer a baby and you cannot sell stuff to the mothers or to them. So naturally, your lifetime value is limited. They're born, they become a child, done. But you could look at your data and find out that majority of your customers are only buying this stage. Maybe they're only buying diapers from you, but you have other stuff you're selling, right? So when you look at the data like this and find out what are they buying from you most, and find ways using email marketing, using content, to get them to buy the other stages in the baby lifetime value. But let's say, okay, you've maxed that out. People are buying from you at every stage, and now you want to increase your lifetime value. How could you do that? Naturally, kids grow and they want to go to school, go to tuition centers, right? So you could partner up with schools, online courses, tuition centers, and find ways to improve your customer lifetime value through added value as the child grows, because you already have them in your database. And you could do a referral program. Kids and mothers know other kids and mothers. How can you get them to refer more kids and mothers to buy from your online store and improve your customer lifetime value? Now, something surprising, if you look at the data between your total paying customers versus how many of them are repeat and how many of them are single order, you'll find out that most of your customers, majority of your customers, are going to be single order customers. They only buy from you once. Okay, and that is something that is very surprising to find out. But once you realize that, you want to bring them back, because again, you cannot rely on a business that only brings one-time customers. It's not sustainable. You can't grow that way. So when I share this, I imagine most business owners and marketers are going to be like, let's email everyone, let's send an email to all our customers and bring them back to buy again. But please don't do that, because you're only gonna get unsubscribers and very low conversion rate. The reason behind that is simple, and that is we are different. Even though we all buy from you, the same online store, but we buy for different needs. We have different reasons we buy it. Maybe we buy different categories of your product. And if you email everyone the same email or target everyone in the same way, you're not gonna get good results because it's not gonna make sense to me or to other people. So how could you do that? Segmenting customers. And there's many ways to segment customers, like demographics, different ways. But one good way for your online store to segment customers is based on what they buy. So some people might be buying the essential services, some might buy the luxury services, and some might be buying a specific category, the baby toys. So based on what they're buying from you, you could create these segments using an online store, export the customers that buy toys only. And these customers, you send them an email to bring them back, like, hey, we have these new toys, check out our bestseller toys, you've bought this before, and this is what we recommend for you. And that's how you could increase your lifetime value, because you'll get more repeat customers. So the good news is, because most online businesses, most of their customers are one-time customers, customer retention becomes something very valuable, because there's so many of them. So just a small increase in retention rates can generate a huge increase in profit growth, because this is lifetime value. They keep coming back to buy from you the more you offer value to them, and that is why this is very valuable to online businesses. I'm done for this session. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Hi, Faisal.
Hi, Tivia. How's it going?
Yeah, it was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome. I'm happy.
We have one question that we can take for now. The question is, Google Analytics be used for websites only, or other social media platforms as well?
Google Analytics can only be used for websites, but you can track on your website where are they coming from, which social media they're coming from. But social media, unfortunately, doesn't have an analytics scripts, but they do have what do you call it? They do have analytics reporting on the social media platform itself. Like when you go to your Facebook page, you can go to the analytics and see your customers' demographics, how active are they, where are they from, all that stuff.
Okay. Ruben is asking, yo, Faisal, are you going to tell them about your new SaaS? Don't be stingy. I don't know what is it. I think he's directly asking you something.
Yeah, hi, Ruben. Thank you. SaaS is software as a service, and I've just launched this new tool. Let me,
let us know about it.
So let me see if I can share with you. 1 second.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ruben, for asking that.
Thank you, Ruben. I'm going to try to share with you something about it now.
Yeah.
Okay. How can I share my screen again? Okay, so thank you, Ruben, for reminding me. So I'm working on this software as a service, which is a web application that will help online businesses, understand their online business performance and segment their customers so they can grow online easier. So how is it beneficial, It connects to your online store and it tells you important metrics about your business. So how much money you're making, in this timeline, what's your costs, the cost for running the business, and your net revenue. And you can compare it to any other period, like same period last year, for example. And you can see that last year you actually made, much less compared to this year. So it also can tell your customer lifetime value, which is very important, as we just discussed, because this tells you how much you could spend to acquire a customer, for example. This minus your costs is how much you could spend to acquire a customer on advertising. It will tell you things like how many customers you have, how many of them are single order customers, how many are repeat customers, and you'll be surprised to find out that you have people that spend 10 times over the average, you know? So who are those people, and what can you do to bring more of them? You have people that spend 5 times more than the average. So who are they again, and how can you get more of them? Then you have this important part, which is the customers that need attention. And these people, right, they bought from you a lot before, but they haven't bought from you for the past year, okay? So who are they, and how can you bring more of them? I'm gonna have buttons here that can allow you to market for them. And then you have customers that haven't ordered anything for the past 2 years, and we consider them lost customers. So you wanna work on bringing them back. So if you're interested in learning more about this, I'm happy to share with you. I'm gonna stop my screen. I'm gonna share a comment.
Okay.
I can't share a comment. I'll share the comment here. Please help me share it in the comment if you can.
Okay, we'll put that link into the live comment.
Thank you.
Okay. There's also one question about if you sell product, you have to watch an abandoned cart. How about service related? Do you
Services
see that
and
question? Yeah.
cart. There are many services, and the issue is it depends on which shopping cart you're using for your website. So it really depends. So if you could tell me which shopping cart you're using, I could find a solution for you, because it depends on that specifically. If you can share with me, you're using WooCommerce or Shopify, and then I can share with you the service.
That's also another question. I think while we wait for the answer, the question is about what about LinkedIn? Do we have any analytic as well?
LinkedIn, again, very limited. They don't share with us much information about your page or analytics. So unfortunately, not much. You can tell demographics maybe, how many views, how many visitors, but that's about it.
Okay.
That's why it's important for you to have your own online store, because you control the data on it and you can measure and improve everything. WooCommerce. Okay, for WooCommerce, one of the best plugins to abandoned cart recovery is called Automate Woo. I'm going to share a link to get it shared with you. This plugin is super powerful because it allows you to segment your customers based on rules. So you could say, okay, if someone abandoned a cart with a value of 50 ringgit, send him this email. But if someone abandoned a cart of 500 ringgit, send him this email. So you could do different segmenting and improve your offer.
You're sharing screen, right?
I'm not sharing the screen anymore.
Okay, not showing. Okay. Then we go to the next question. How's the difference from WooCommerce default reporting?
Good question. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
I get this question a lot when I share with people this panel. And you know, the reason I made this in the first place is I work with WooCommerce businesses. I use WooCommerce, and the issue is there's different plugins to solve these problems, and they all have different interfaces. They look different than each other. Some might be very slow because they work on your website, which already has so much other resources. So I'm solving the issue of simplifying it into one platform, making it super fast, and adding powerful features on it that WooCommerce itself does not have at the moment. Yeah.
Okay. Does this have email marketing feature as well for retargeting or etc.?
This meaning my service? Not yet, but right now you could segment your customers, and you could export this and use MailChimp or any other service you use. What this helps right now is giving you the right segment. So I'll tell you, here are the customers that spend 10 times an average. Here's a list of them, name, email, export, and you could do whatever you want with that at the moment. Soon, we can do email marketing, just like you suggested.
Okay. What is your advice for those who want to address the current crisis on their website? Is this something that they can look into in the first place? The current crisis that they're
Right.
going through regards to their website.
So, I mean, it depends on what you're selling, right? It depends on what you're selling. It could be that, you could acknowledge that, hey, everyone's going through a tough time right now, and we want to help you, so we're giving out free shipping, free discounts. But you don't want to make it so irrelevant. You don't want to come off like, I'm just using this to sell you something, So that's very difficult to do, I think.
Okay, I think Hisham is the guy who asked the earlier question regards to if you sell product, we have to watch abandoned cart. How about service related? So he mentioned that he offer his services to the customer, and what is the metrics if we offer services to our customer? That's his continuation question.
Okay, I'm not sure I understand. Sorry, because the first question was about abandoned cart.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, I get it. If we sell
Okay.
product, we worry about abandoned cart recovery because they might add to cart and leave. But how about if we sell a service on our website? How does that matter? Good question. So a service is similar to a product in a way where you have to go through certain step on the website in order to buy, right? I go on your home page, go on your service page, pricing page. So abandoned cart in this case might be, I went on your pricing page and then I did not buy. So the metrics you want to measure is how many people go from home page to product page to pricing page, and how many end up becoming a customer. And what you want to do is you could have a pop-up on the pricing page for people that show interest. Like, for example, if I spend over a minute at your pricing page, show me a pop-up. Hey, if you're interested, we'll show you a demo. Because it's a service, so I have to show a demo. And that's how you can capture more interest before I leave and find something else or forget about it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I hope that question and that answer questions. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, I think that answered his question. Okay, next we have Alice asking, can I know what plugin is that? The name.
The name of the one I just shared, it's Automate
Yeah, the
You.
plugin that you showed.
The one that I showed, that's my software. It's not yet released, but if you're interested to learn more, I'm happy to share with you. Please sign up on the link I shared earlier, grow.webmedic.com.
Okay, Hisham say he got it now, so thank you, Faisal.
Fantastic.
Okay, one more question. Okay, maybe you can look into Metroric web-based app. I've tried it before and it offers similar feature. Customer
Thank you for sharing.
classification. Yeah, I think it's a statement. It's not a question, so it's a sharing, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Aizad, for the sharing. And yes, you will get the slides and the presentation and recording of the presenter. It will be updated on the Marketing Asia website or Exabyte website. Do give us some time as we process and update all the slides. Okay, I think Fionn is asking for your contact details in case if they want to contact you for further.
I just shared my email.
Okay.
Contact me there.
Okay, then I think we'll put it into the chat section, the comment sections. If any question that you have, you can straight away email Faisal as well. We have about 10 minutes. The one more question that I wanted to ask was regards to what Suchita also asked, how they are going through crisis right now in terms of website and what do we do about it. But there's also other question is, in this crisis as well, how do we expect for return customers? How do we make sure that the customers come back to us when for the second round, for the third round and all?
So, it really depends on your segment. What have they bought from you before? How long ago have they bought from you before? And what can you offer this specific segment? If, for example, they haven't bought for 2 years already, they're more difficult to bring back because I maybe forgot about it. These are called lost customers.
Yeah.
But if they
lost customer.
Yeah, unfortunately, you could try to bring them back. but it's gonna be very low results. So your best bet, I think, is to target the people that have bought once, but recently, in the past year, let's say. And then within this segment of people who bought once in the past year, what have they bought? You know, then depending on the category they've bought, you could send a different marketing campaign that relates to that. And you want to, of course, I mean, up to you, you might want to have a discount, a promo code to support people in this situation. And that's the easiest way to give a coupon, right? But if you can do it without, it's much better, of course.
Okay. Cool. I think, okay, many of them are saying that very great sharing.
Welcome. I'm glad.
Okay, let me just see if there's any other questions that I missed out.
Awesome.
Okay. If no question, is there maybe we can do a conclusion, a wrap up for your sharing, and we have a last few minutes. Any wrap up, any conclusion that you want to leave us with before you end your session?
Right. If you do anything, please measure your website. If you don't have a website, then this does not apply to you, unfortunately. But if you have a website, you must measure your website. The biggest issue I'm seeing is people are not measuring their website. So install analytics script, install Hotjar, you get the slides, get the scripts, install them, and just leave them there. Down the line, 1 month, 2 months down the line, you'll find a lot of important information that could help you grow your business.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Faisal, for sharing your inputs and sharing a lot of things about website. I think a lot of people were engaged regards to how they can do something with their website, improve in terms of consumer, engaging their consumer and all. So thank you so much for sharing your inputs during this time. And thank you so much for joining us at Marketing in the New Normal, Marketing Fest. Very glad to have you on board.
You're welcome. Thank you, Tivia.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you might want to read the comments. Many of them say good sharing as usual. So thank you so much.
Okay, have a good day. Take care. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
Exabytes. Grow your business online.